Bob Lucas, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Thanks for being on the Jim Stroud podcast.
Jim, thanks for having me. Have a great afternoon.
Okay, all right. Still recording, but thank you, sir, very much.
Yep. All
Another
right.
question, but I didn't know if it was in your wheelhouse. Let me throw it out there anyway.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, well, the best looking carrot for a lot of workers is the benefits that companies give, right?
Yeah.
Especially
Yep.
healthcare.
Yep.
Um, why aren't there not more, or maybe they are, and I'm just not aware of them? Why are there not more healthcare benefit companies
Yeah.
positioned to help contingent and gig workers?
Yeah. And look, we've been lobbying Congress.
Okay.
We've been lobbying we've spoken to all of the big ones, United Health Group, Anthem, all of those guys. Part of the problem is the law, right?
Mm,
You state you can't your healthcare isn't portable state to state, right? So not every health insurer does business in all 50 states. So that's part of the challenge, right? There isn't other than, the exchange now that you can go get, your ACA benefits. Um, there just isn't that um, there isn't something from the government telling the private sector, you need to go do this. In fact, there's impediments that the government puts in front of them. If you think about, Jim, if you think about our labor laws, and I'm sorry if I'm keeping you too
no, no,
long,
please go on.
you know, our labor laws were written in the 30s. There's been no substantive change to our labor laws since the 1930s. Think about how people are working today, and we're working under the same set of laws that were written almost 100 years ago. So, in speaking, and we've spoken to senators and Congress people, and they're like, look, no one has the wherewithal to go and change those laws. They just don't. They don't have any interest in doing it, which is a shame. I think long after folks like you and I are retired, society will force the government to go make those changes. We've advocated. There's something you'll find on our website. We've been advocating for certified self-employed. Let the government go. Could be the Small Business Administration. Let them give you, Jim Stroud, a stamp of approval. You've got all your insurance, you got all your criteria, you're a true independent, and give you a stamp for 3 years. You're a certified self-employed. And now the states can't get in your way, the courts can't get in your way. You've got that stamp of approval and let you work the way you want to work. We've been pushing that for a while. We can't get anybody, on Capitol Hill to support that. But I think what's going to happen, once we top 100 million Americans, a full third of the workforce working independent, things will have to change, including benefits.
What do you think this is interesting. So what do you think the impediment of that is? Do you think it's taxation? The government's thinking, okay, I don't if they're self-employed, they could be working on their table. We'll never know. Is
That's
that the
all this
reason
is.
why it's not happening?
That's all this is. They talk about, well, we're there to protect the worker, and we've got to make sure they get overtime if they're due overtime and all that. Look, there's 6 million Americans make over $100,000 a year as independents. Those folks don't need protection from the government, right?
Hmm.
Now we get it. The Uber workers, the DoorDash guys, they do need that. But there's a set of Americans that don't need the government protections. The government, it's all about the taxes. You hit it right on the head. The ability to go to an employer and collect those taxes as opposed to go to, 20,000 individuals to get those taxes.
Huh. This is very interesting too, because let's say we did go that route and we were
Yeah.
successful in doing the certified employer.
Yeah.
Um, then wouldn't a lot of the larger companies lose their power, their influence rather, um, with lawmakers or with because in my mind, I tend to think when things don't go a certain way that seem like common sense, it's either connected to money or power. Maybe I'm just,
No, you're spot on. It's both.
I'm just
It's
cynical in my
both.
old age, but that's where everything
No,
comes from.
listen, yeah, it's both, right? And that's what it is, right? I mean, there's a reason why things are the status quo, whether it's, labor laws or immigration, right? I mean, come on. Most people with common sense knows we need to change immigration laws. I don't care which side of the aisle, we're on, right?
Sure,
We got to change it.
sure.
We don't, because neither side wants to.
Money and power. Everything
That's
comes down
it.
to money or
That's
power
it.
in some way. Well, my time is up. I thank you for yours. I'll see you again real soon, right here, with a brand new episode of the Jim Stroud Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I can be reached by email at jimstroud@jimstroud.com. And one last favor, if I may ask, please rate this podcast. 5 stars is preferred, but please comment with your honest opinion. I really appreciate that. All right. Okay, until next time, bye-bye.